So I wanted to do a get ready with me video. I know some of you were asking what my everyday makeup was, and I actually have been keeping it really simple lately. But I really wanted to kind of talk to you guys and talk through what I normally do. So like I said, this is really low maintenance. Not all the products are Korean. Some of them are American and some of them are Korean, and I think one of them is European. So let's just get right into it. First today, I'm actually going to put in my contacts. These are Barbara 2 colors from Lens Me in Korea, and they are in the shade green. So I actually had to go to a mirror to put these on because trying to put contacts on without a mirror is how you lose an eyeball. I really like these ones. I feel like they look pretty natural. Most people don't even realize that I'm wearing colored contact lenses. They make my irises just a little bigger, so they make my eyes look a little bigger. The next thing I tend to do is I take my Banilico Originals primer. So I take a really small amount and I put it underneath my eyes and I pat it under my eyes. This is one of the ways I help my concealer last longer. And it's also one of the ways that I feel like my concealer looks really smooth. I also take a tiny bit and I put it on my nose. I have blackheads, and so this is the part of where my pores might not actually ever get 100% covered, so I like to fill them in. Then I take my Catrice concealer. It looks like there's a lot more in here, but it's a lie. It's actually like down to here now. I'm actually incredibly proud of that. And I take my Real Techniques blender, and without making this wet, I actually keep it dry. I take the concealer and I go in the inner corner, and then I'll swipe under, and then just like 1, 2 little stripes in a little triangle. And then I'll also go right in the corner of this and on the top of my nose. I typically start on 1/2 because this can set pretty quickly, so I want to blend it really quickly. I am in love with this concealer, in case you guys didn't know. I'm absolutely in love. So now that my concealer is done, I take the Innisfree No Sebum powder and I use it to set the concealer to make sure it doesn't crease and to make it last like all day long. So I don't like to bake because I feel like it dries concealer out and it makes it look really bad. But I take my Etude House contour brush and I actually use this to dust powder. If you guys have not tried this anti-sebum powder, you should. It's great. This is like my 5th one. Typically after I do that, I use my eyebrow. This is the Etude House Color My Brows. This shade is actually discontinued. It's in concealer. I tested out one of the Anastasia Beverly Hills ones. They have one that's a similar color. I have some hairs that are really light, so I like to comb backwards and then I just comb up and over. And then my eyebrows just look a little fuller. This is actually a tip too. If you use a brow mascara that is actually a shade lighter or 2 shades lighter than your hair color, it can make you look younger. Typically, lighter and fuller eyebrows kind of make you look a little younger, and if you use darker eyebrows, then you can look older. So the next thing I do is I finish up my eyes with the Misha Palette Paint Liner. Now this liner isn't 100% great in humidity. I did notice when I wore this in Korea, sometimes there would be a little smudging under my eye, but it's really minimal. And if you don't have a lot of humidity where you live, I think this will work just fine. Or if you want to use this in the winter, I actually really like it. It comes with this brush, and the brush itself is really good. And you just squeeze and it'll come up on this little tap. It comes out, and then I just use the brush and I line my eyes. When I line my eyes, I stay really close to the edge of my eye, and I only do it on the outer side of my eye because if you see me straight on here, my eyes are hooded, so I don't have a lot of lid. I don't like to cover that up with eyeliner. So I like to use this to elongate my eye. As you can see, this is what I do. I don't actually give myself a big wing because my eyes are hooded. When you do that, then you get a big curve right here, but I like to pull this down and out. My eyeliner tends to be a lot more Korean style, except for the fact that the Koreans tend to actually do the full line, or they'll go in between the eyelash hairs. But I just do this outer corner into a wing to kind of bring my eye out a little more, and then also on the inner corner here, just like that. Okay, now that the eyeliner is done, it is time for mascara. I actually use two mascaras. I use the Lash Blast Volume Mascara from CoverGirl on my upper lashes, and this is in the shade Brown. And then I use the Innisfree Skinny Mascara on my under lashes, and this is the waterproof version. The reason I do both of these is because this one, it literally curls your lashes as you use it. I've never had to use an eyelash curler until I went to Korea because I ran out of this in Korea. And I put this one on the under lash line because this is not waterproof. It will smudge if you put it on your under lash. So I like to use the waterproof Innisfree mascara under my lashes, or on my bottom lashes, because then I can have mascara on them but it doesn't smudge. So if you can see how straight my lashes are, just watch this magic, I swear. Do you see how high those are? And it stays like that all day. Now I have some full lashes. When I'm not talking the whole time, I can actually do this in like 5 minutes. This routine, once you get used to it, it's just like bam, 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 done, pretty much. Now this next step is actually optional. I use the Play 101 pencil in number 5, and sometimes if I feel like my eyes, like if I feel really tired, I'll put a little dash of this on the inner of my eye right here, and sometimes just right under right here. Just enough so that when people get close enough, they'll see a tiny bit of sparkle, but it's not enough to where it looks like I've really done an egg yolk style type thing. So I feel like it looks cute. The last step of this whole thing is the Moonshot Cream Paint in Strawberry Gelato. Now this you can use on your lips and your cheeks. This is my favorite for my cheeks right now. Although you can see my cheeks have a natural redness, I really like the color. Now you see how little, just 2 small spots, that's really all you need. It's so soft and blendable and pigmented. This is gonna last me forever. I actually do this towards the front of my face, right underneath my eye here, because I feel like it's where people's eyes then get drawn to the center of my face, and it adds a little like youth and life to it. The final step, of course, is also just a little bit on the lips, and I like to smudge it out. And that's my everyday look. It's simple, it's minimal, you don't have to use a full face of makeup. Obviously, if you have spots to cover up, go ahead and cover up those spots, but I don't like wearing a full face of makeup every single day. This, to me, if I'm gonna go out and do things like run to the post office or things like that, this is the makeup I put on for every day if I don't have anything super special going on. Usually I'll just comb my hair straight and leave it be. I don't really care if it looks messy like this. If I really want to look nice, sometimes I'll put some curls in it, sometimes I'll straighten it. Obviously, it could use a brush right now and maybe a little bit of hair gel, but I'm just at home today, so no. So if there's any more tutorials you want to see, just let me know. And I am going to go eat lunch because it is like lunchtime now. So that's what you do around lunchtime. You eat lunch. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, get readies with me where I kind of talk you through it. Let me know. I really want to know what you guys like best. If you like this style better, or if you like the style of my Korean spring tutorial better, where I kind of go through things pretty quickly. So let me know. And don't forget to check out my Instagram and my Snapchat, because I'm snapping a lot now that I'm back in the States. I still need to get my US phone, but once I get my US phone, I feel like it's going to be a lot of snaps. I'll see you guys later. Bye. So Rose Shop developed a skincare line, and it's called Newly, and they ended up sending me 5 of their serums, and each of the serums are specific for a different thing, and they are all AHA or BHA.